welcome to the Roy Rogers News Channel. Thank you for watching. Alright, and we're in the tournament room at the moment, and I hope I get a gold shield sometime soon. Anyways, there's an ongoing tournament going on, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at this, but I'm going to spectate the semifinals. I'm waiting for the semifinals to take place. So I know you all want the best battles, so I'm going to give you all the best battles, which, you know, finals, because, you know, that's kind of like it's like the climax of the tournament. So I'm going to film the semifinals and the finals. So until then, I'll see you back here in just a moment. Alright, so we are back, and Gym Leader Gary has won based upon default or disqualification. So that means that Gym Leader Gary is going to be in the finals. I'm awaiting Annaba and So 1G support. Sorry, it's late at night. I'm sorry, it's really late. So. Anyways, I'll be right back until the battle starts. Alright, we are back, and we're going to go ahead and commentate on this. Alright, so there's turn 1. And Ambo vs Mr. Support. I've wished both of them good luck, and it's time to spectate the battle. And I don't know why Raiden disconnected, but Gym Leader Gary has won the match due to disqualification or by default. In other words, Gym Leader Gary's in the final battle. Meanwhile, while that's taking place, I can't commentate too well because, you know, I don't know the full team. I need to know the full team in order to commentate and stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna just watch this battle a little bit to see how it's gonna be played. I think Weezing is going to do a Will-O-Wisp, but, you know, since Slaking has attacked once, I think Slaking usually attacks once and then, you know, retreats. That's how Slaking usually works. Because, you know, Slaking usually has a choice band on it. There's Arcanine. Arcanine's coming back in popularity. I noticed that. So Heracross is there. Alright. Oh boy. Heracross is going to be in the world of hurt. There you go. So Heracross is going to switch into Starmie, and Arcanine is also going to switch into Weezing. I think Mr. Support was terrified of a rock slide, and I think that Evel was scared of a flamethrower. Oh, there's Chansey. I knew Chansey was around there someplace. You know, and OU people love resorting to Chansey since Blissey's banned. You know, and the Tier List Council had a recent debate about this. This is one of my previous headline videos before the major update. And they decided that the Chansey was not good enough to ban. So, you know, so in a sense, Chansey users can now have a feeling of relief. Because Tier List Council was debating quite a bit on Chansey. Alright, so anyways, back to the battle. no real punches yet. I'm expecting that later on in the match. This is the semifinals. We know Jim Gary's at the final match, and this is one of the semifinals matches. So one of these players is going to be in the final match. It's going to be Annabelle or Sonjen support. Chansey is going to stonewall Starmie, so Starmie's going to be forced to switch into Weezing. Chansey's going to do... I don't know what Chansey's going to do with substitute. Just Chansey looks interesting. What's Chansey going to do? I know that Chansey can't do a focus punch. There's a Starmie. So, okay. I assume that the Chansey has some game plan. Seismic toss. I think Chansey likes to have that substitute because, you know, Chansey can seismic toss without any disruption, you know. Like if something's in the red, that's really useful for Chansey, so that way it doesn't get like one shot. I don't know. That Chansey substituting, you know, it kind of, you know, arouses my suspicion a little bit, just a little bit. Toxic. Now Starmie should have natural cure. I mean, if Starmie doesn't have natural cure, then I feel really bad for Annabelle. Starmie should have some the natural cure. There you go. So Porygon 2 has been seismic tossed. Chansey at the moment is enjoying some safety. Now, knowing Porygon 2, it's switched into Chansey, and I've seen some Porygon 2 users use some sort of physical move. That's not Porygon 2's forte. If you know what I mean. Alright, so Chansey is going to switch into Magneton. So I can predict what's going to happen on Mr. Support's side now, since I have a little bit of some information. And Porygon 2's forced switch into Quagsire, which I don't know why he names it Psychic, but okay. That Magneton probably has a Bataya. And I think Magneton's going to switch. Because, you know, unless Magneton has HP Grass, if that's the case, you know, Magneton can stay in, but, you know, since Quag is around. Now, here's the thing, though. This is the Oceanic tournament. This is OU. Why would anyone want to run Quag? There's a much better alternative. Swampert, as an example. I mean, yeah, Quag works, but Swampert does the job much better. And Quag is, you know, kind of good in UU, but, you know, it seems almost like NU's version of Swampert is Whiscash, and UU's version of Swampert is Quagsire, and OU's version of Swampert is Swampert. So with that being said, I think that Quag being in this battle is a little bit... let's let's just say it doesn't fit the mold very well. Alright, so there's a Chansey. Starmie is going to recover. Right now I can kind of predict a little bit on both perspectives. Alright, so Chansey's gonna Seismic Toss. Porygon 2 is probably going to... Yeah, Porygon 2 really wants to get status on something. And Chansey might do a substitute. Or Seismic Toss. I don't understand why Chansey's doing Seismic Toss. I think Chansey should instead do Substitute. I think Chansey should do Substitute while Porygon recovers. So that way, Porygon 2 would be a little bit disencouraged, and then Porygon 2 can switch into Heracross. And then after that, Chansey would pretty much have the floor. There's Weezing. Okay, so Weezing did shield off the Toxic. That was really smart. But I think if Heracross is Guts, I think that'd be even better for Annabelle. If Annabelle can predict this, then great. There's a Surf. I really don't see Chansey staying in here unless Chansey just wants to spam Seismic Toss, which I think is a little bit not really too practical in my terms. Hey, I don't know. Maybe Annabelle has some sort of strategy that I don't realize. So there's a Surf, which I wouldn't really call that so much of a strategy because, you know, Chansey is just going to substitute again. If I was Annabelle, I would switch. What's the point of having Starmie, you know, around if Chansey's around? I mean, Chansey just counters Starmie pretty good, actually. Not counters, but checks it really good. You know. Now, if I remember correctly, Chansey has Soft Boiled. Yeah, I think Wish is a lot better on a Chansey. Yeah, so Starmie is gonna switch. I kinda knew it would switch, but that's not really the choice I would have had in mind. Okay, maybe Porygon 2, probably, but you know, that's a little bit of a stretch. You know, Porygon 2 Chansey's gonna switch into Slacking. Alright, so Porygon 2 needs to get out of there right away. And if something hits, if Slacking hits something with a return, oh boy, double edge, that's gonna hurt really hard. Oh, whoa, Magneton, oh wow, Magneton got hit really hard on that one. I think Slacking's gonna switch here because, you know, what's the point? Because, you know, Slacking's gonna loaf around. Ooh, Flygon. Whoa! All the cards are shown, and now it's time to Now it's time to buckle down and get in the game here. Magneton, I don't think Magneton is going to stick around. I think Magneton is going to switch into Wheezing because of Earthquake. Or if Flygon's really smart, he can predict a switch and then do, you know, Superpower. May not be effective against a Wheezing, but it is going to hit. Or Flygon, if Flygon has Fire Punch, which I probably doubt it does because people don't run Fortress that often. Flygon could just do Fire Punch. There you go. Fire Punch could hit that, or Dragon Claw. You know that also hits. The reason why I said either Earthquake, Fire Punch, or something like that is because what happens if Annabelle wanted to sack his Magneton? Then that would be a huge problem for Mr. Support if he did something like a track. I mean, considering that's in red health and stuff, I don't think I should be worrying too much about that. I think it would knock out Magneton regardless, but it still would be good practice. Alright, so Magneton, now Mr. Support is showing off his Magneton, and I think this Magneton is, both Magnetons don't have Pitaya. That's really interesting. I usually see Magnetons run Pitaya, but apparently these Magnetons are not the Pitaya types. Wheezing might go for a Flamethrower. Might. It may not be its direct intention, but I think that if Wheezing goes for a Flamethrower, I think that's really good. The only problem is that, I knew Magneton was going to switch because, Flamethrower, but Wheezing also switches. Flygon. Okay, so Quagsire is doing a curse, and Quagsire I think has leftovers. At least I hope it does. Okay, so Quag could Ice Punch here. I think that would be really useful. The Intimidate is going to neutralize the attack now, since Curse only +1 attack. But the Waterfall was really clever. But still, Intimidate is going to lower down the attack, and I think Quag is kind of terrified of possible HP Grass, if possible. I've seen some Arcanines and some Starmies be a little sneaky and run HP Grass every now and then. Of course, it was a counter Swampert, but Swampert's not really around too often, but every now and then Swampert makes its appearance. There is a Chansey. I really do think that Chansey shouldn't be around. Okay, so Chansey did get hit pretty hard. Wheezing, I don't think Wheezing is going to be stupid enough to do Sludge Bomb. Or, sorry, not Sludge Bomb, I'm sorry, Will-O-Wisp. Because what happens if that Heracross guts? Then you're pretty much in trouble. If Wheezing, if you do Will-O-Wisp on that. I think Wheezing's going to be just too terrified to do that. Yeah, so Wheezing, in a sense, had to go. Now, Flygon is not going to stay around. I really don't... I would be extremely surprised if Flygon stayed around. I think Flygon's going to switch into Chansey, so that way Starmie could be countered. Not countered, sorry. So so Starmie can be checked. You know, I think that Starmie should have stayed around and would have done Ice Beam. I think Starmie would have been really good for the team. Now, if Starmie would have thought that, you know, that Starmie wouldn't make it, then, you know, you could have just done Surf. I mean, if you would have thought that Flygon would be too scared to stay around, you could have just done Surf, and, you know, that would have hit Flygon really hard. Flygon is going to switch into Magneton. And Weezing is also going to switch into Heracross. Heracross could do a Brick Break here, which I don't think Magneton really wants to withstand that. But there's the Mega Horn. Heracross is forced to switch because, you know, it's not going to really hit Weezing that hard. There's a Sludge Bomb. Ooh, Starmie was poisoned. So, Starmie could do a Psychic and could easily, you know, cover 1/5 of the team that Mr. Support has. Or, Starmie could do Surf and hit the team equally. The problem is that, you know, Chansey might come in as a check and kind of, you know, wall off Starmie, if you know what I mean. The key here for Annabelle to win is that he needs to knock out Chansey. Chansey is a threat. And the key to Support to win is to knock out Porygon 2 and Starmie, because Starmie is a threat. Slacking, yes and no. Slacking's a hit or miss, but you know that's gonna be kind of hard to knock out. But you know, all Annabelle needs to do is just knock out Chansey, and the match is gonna go a little faster. Porygon 2, I don't think is gonna do the job too well. So Chansey's going to do the substitute. Alright, so yeah, I really don't think a Soft Boil is going to really do much. I think that a lot of comps that are recovery types should carry Wish, and the reason why is because what happens if there's a Pokemon that's in the red, someone like Vaporeon or something, and then you know you want to recover them. Well, you get the chance by doing a Wish with a couple of clever some clever plays, and you can be able to recover some teammates. Or some of your comps that you're using to battle. Alright, so Weezing is going to sit around here, just, you know, blow smoke and cause a bit of some trouble. Slacking's going to hit really hard. I don't see Slacking switching. I see... There you go. I knew it. I knew Slacking was going to stick around, and Magneton is out. Which, you know, I don't think that Annabelle really cared about his Magneton, because, you know, Magneton's not really too special. Slacking is going to switch, and Arcanine is going to lower down Heracross's attack by -1, which means Heracross is kind of forced to switch, because what's the point of having Heracross around if Arcanine is just going to kind of kill you? For Mr. Support, he's in a decent position. He's not really in the best position, but he's in a decent position. He still needs to knock out Starmie, Porygon 2, and actually Heracross to an extent. Arcanine is going to switch into Flygon, and they're in the leftovers. Okay, so Starmie is going to... Alright, the Dragon Claw, that is going to hit. I kind of knew that Starmie would do a Surf. I kind of knew that. Now, Flygon, we can tell, is just a little faster, so that means Starmie's going to have to switch if Starmie wants to survive this. Yeah, Starmie is a key player to knock out. Because if Starmie gets knocked out, then that means that, you know, that Mr. Support would pretty much have the field here. However, Weezing was a very important target here as well. We can't dismiss the importance of Weezing. Heracross, I think, is going to try and knock out. Yeah, so Heracross is going to try to do a Pursuit. Heracross is out. Okay, so Mr. Support's in a really good position. But he still needs to knock out Starmie and Porygon 2. Porygon 2 is going to be a very dangerous player for Support, and if he can be able to manage Porygon 2, that'd be really good. Flygon has done a lot of good things for Mr. Support. Now he put both Starmie and Porygon 2 in a really tight position. Which now, which means now that, you know, that, there you go. Arcanine is going to intimidate the Porygon 2. And there you go. Quagsire. Quagsire, kind of hit or miss, you know. I think that Quagsire. Oh, Quagsire is going to switch into Starmie. So that Toxic is going to miss. Arcanine is going to switch if Arcanine needs to survive. Well, what's the point of having Arcanine, actually? Arcanine can just pretty much... Arcanine has no real function other than just intimidating things. Intimidating Quagsire. Maybe Arcanine's important. I think that switching into Chansey is probably important at this point. Chansey can wall anything from Starmie. Anything. Anything that Starmie throws at it. There you go, extreme speed. Starmie is going to do a recover in hopes to recover some health. Arcanine. I think that Arcanine is going to... Arcanine's important strength. Ooh, Porygon 2. Okay, so Arcanine is going to get an Intimidate, -1 attack, but Arcanine is going to switch into Chansey, which, you know, Porygon 2 at this point can recover. Ooh, actually, I take that back. Chansey has knocked out an important player here. That means that now Quagsire, it's all up to Quagsire. Can Quagsire do it? Something's telling me that Quagsire is going to die at this point. Quagsire is going to try to, you know, kind of live out, but Chansey's just going to continue to Seismic Toss here over and over and over again. And I think that at this point, it does not look too good for Annabelle. Annabelle does not look like he's going to really survive. Starmie, all right. So there's a substitute. Starmie is going to have leftovers recovery. So Surf, okay. Yeah, Starmie can, you know, I think Chansey's just going to do Seismic Toss over and over and over again at this point. Um, there's no point in Starmie just recovering over and over again. That is pretty much like stalling a loss at this point. I don't see how Annabelle is gonna win unless he flips the match around. I don't know. Maybe he has something under his sleeve that I'm probably not telling you. Or if I'm not telling you, it's probably because I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen here. You know, Chansey and Starmie. This is gonna take a bit. I mean, overall, I think Support's gonna win, but I think he's gonna take the longer route, and I think it's an unnecessary route because Slacking can really do some damage. But you know, I think that Mr. Support wants to take his time and, like, you know, kind of etch down Starmie's health. Starmie's gonna then recover in hopes of winning, unless Annabelle can, unless Annabelle forfeits. Annabelle's in a really critical position right now. Annabelle's curious, like, oh boy, what should I do? Should I switch into Quag, or should I stick around and, you know, take some damage by Chansey? I think Annabelle's weighing his options. At the same time, though, you know, it's taking him a little long to think, and I think it's really concerning. Alright, so I'm back, and it's kind of dangerous at the moment for Annabelle. Annabelle is just waiting his time, so Mr. Support has defeated Annabelle, and congratulations. Alright, so, tournaments, let's see. Matches in progress, and there we go. We have the finals match, and it's going to be Raiden vs. Sunji Support. Well, actually, well, that changed. It was Gym Leader Gary earlier, and now it's Raiden. So, okay, winner by default or disqualification. Alright, so Raiden and Mr. Support are going to duel it out. So I'll be right back to film this special moment. Alright, so we're here. Turn 2. Try to get there as fast as possible. Alright, so there we go. Battle's just developing, and I'm gonna say that probably the later parts of the battle is probably more interesting than the beginning. So there's the return. This could do quite a bit to Aerodactyl. And I really don't think Aerodactyl is going to survive another return if Ursaring got its way. Although Aerodactyl is much faster than Ursaring, so, you know, Aerodactyl could do a Rock Slide and hope for the best, but yeah, probably Rock Slide. I think Aerodactyl could try to do Rock Slide, so say Ursaring can get a flinch. Alright, so there's the Rock Slide. I knew that arrow was going to do that. Alright, so there's Starmie. Ooh, the paint split. So Starmie, I think, is going to do a Psychic. Or just switch out. That makes you really suspicious that he switches directly to Chansey. Mega Warren has a little bit of a chance of missing. I'll just put it to you in that context. But hey, if it hits constantly, then it's going to be a really powerful move. Hence the reason why Thunder, Fire Blast, and Blizzard have a bit of a miss rate. Because, I mean, it's powerful. It's a powerful move. So, you know. Starmie could do a Surf, or Ursaring could do a Return. Either way, someone's going to get hurt. Oh boy. Starmie is out. Heracross is at the moment is really going to determine the match here. Heracross, I think, is just a little faster than Ursaring. And Heracross could do a pursuit, thinking of a switch, but Ursaring could do a return, predicting a pursuit and knocking out Heracross as a whole. Which could actually save Chansey. Man, Mr. Support's really... There we go. I kind of knew that Ursaring would put its life on the line because of Chansey. So, now if it wasn't for Chansey, then Ursaring wouldn't have done the return. Ursaring would have switched out. But knowing Raiden, he wants to get rid of all the major threats. So, Aerodactyl, I think, is going to also do a pursuit, which is going to knock out Ursaring. But Ursaring, you know, Ursaring was really good in the sense that it killed both Starmie and Heracross, which puts Raiden in really good footing. He's in really good footing at the moment. Heracross is going to be forced to switch. And I really don't see Heracross... I really don't see Heracross... Or not Heracross, sorry. I really don't see Aerodactyl doing anything. I think, like I said, I think Aero is just going to switch. I think it's Bandit. Ooh, Toxic. Oh, wow. Expect a surprise. Raiden. You never know what you're going to get. Toxic Magneton. That's a first. There's the Thunderbolt and the Surf. And the Toxic from here should cancel out the leftover recovery. Alright. Yeah, it canceled out the leftover recovery here. Alright, so... Magneton could do a Thunderbolt. Wow, this match is ending pretty quickly, actually. All I need to know is the first and last Pokemon. See if Mr. Support can do this. Aerodactyl. Wow, Mr. Support is really keeping his really wants to knock this thing out as soon as possible. I mean, I see a potential earthquake here. Rock Slide. Wow. The unpredictability is real. I think Aerodactyl's just going to stay around hoping for the flinches. Oh, wow. Will-O-Wisp. Raiden is in a really good position. And Metagross at this point can take down Arrow. I mean, wow. Look at that. Metagross can just Meteor Mash. Oh, and Mr. Support also has Wheezing, but... Ooh. agility. But, you know, but the Chansey though, whoa. Folks, this is going to be really intense. That's all I got to say. Vaporeon is going to come in here. The Sludge Bomb, I mean, it's just wow. Vaporeon has just been poisoned. There's the leftovers. Weezing's going to switch into Porygon Dude. Now we know the team here. So Porygon 2, I think, is going to try to do a Thunderbolt, possibly. Or Vaporeon could switch into something like, you know, Magneton or something. Or, well, Chansey. Even a critical doesn't hit that hard. Now somebody's getting healed. And there's the wish. Everybody's getting burned. Oh man. There's the paint split. And let's see, the burn is gonna hit really hard here. Scary Terry. I mean, wow. There's the Weezing, which Metagross I think is probably gonna. Whoa, that missed. For Mr. Support, that he was fortunate. He needs all three Pokemon in order to successfully, not successfully, but have a chance of successfully outmaneuvering Raiden. But so far, he's not doing so well in that department. Aerodactyl's at the Will-O-Wisp, and the Thunderbolt proves fatal, and Aerodactyl is out. So now, at this point, Mr. Support doesn't look like he's gonna win, but I think knowing Support, he's gonna battle all the way. He's not gonna forfeit here. But wow. Porygon 2 is going to be switched out into Weezing. But I think Weezing is going to do... Whoa. But the Lumberry did recover that burn. As for Weezing, I think Weezing is... Whoa, Weezing is fortunate here. I think Weezing is fortunate that it got that burn on. And I think that kind of wasted Raiden's Lumberry. It doesn't really matter too much. By the way, I'm just curious, what's Weezing's hidden power? I mean, it's not effective, so it's probably HP Grass, if I had to guess. so Metagross is out, but still. Weezing is still in a very vulnerable position. Okay, well, I think that we can safely say that the Vaporeon has a chance of... Yeah, Vaporeon had a safe chance to knock out Porygon 2. Alright, so I'm going to say that also that Vaporeon's going to knock out Weezing by some wild chance. GG. Congratulations to Raiden, and this is the Roy Rogers News Channel. Signing